Hey YouTube world, Ed Kirkpatrick here. Thanks for stopping by. God bless you. It's gonna be cold here tomorrow for us. I'm in central Georgia, and it's gonna down to 44 tonight, and high tomorrow is gonna be 54. We're gonna have what they call one of them sot-in rains. That's what my daddy used to call it, sot-in rains. It rains all day, so in other words, the rain just sot in all day. I guess sot's kind of like sitting in or something. It's one of them old southern sayings. And I got to thinking about, boy, it's gonna be chilly tomorrow. Got to get out my hoodies and probably get my little rain jacket deal. Anyhow, reminded me of. I was thinking about, boy, it sure would be nice to be warm, Reminded me of my Oconee River trips we used to take. The Oconee River runs through town I live in, and you can get on a boat and go all the way to the ocean. But every year, late summer, me and my buddies, we take a trip down the river in john boats with little, 9.9 motors, and some of them had 25 horses. I ain't bragging, I had a 40 Yamaha, and that's I'm going scat now. Anyhow, we'd take a annual trip down the river, and there were some rules. We go to Dublin, Georgia, which is 60 miles by highway, but it's a good 80 miles by river, because this river does this number all the way down there. There's a straightaway or two every now and then. Pretty much, follows the contour of the earth. And so we take that trip in August, and oh geez, I'm trying to think of the fellows. Bill Morris, Arnold Cooper, Bubba Bryant, Terry Domney. He worked on cars, and he always brought a little Coleman stove with a little square looking cast iron frying pan. He'd take up both eyes, and we'd cook fish or squirrels on that and brought the grease. We all took our tents and sleeping bags and stuff like that. And we'd put in Millersville, and we'd leave on Friday afternoon, and we'd stop, 10, 15 miles down the river and camp. And the rules were you could only bring a steak, a tater, and 6 eggs. That's it, as far as something to eat. The rest of it we was gonna catch, clean, and cook. I guess we didn't even think about them terms back in them days, but that's what they call it today, a catch, clean, and cook deal. So that's what we done. So we do that every year, and the way we'd get our trucks, we put in our trucks, the boat trailers in Millersville. We had this guy named Gasoline's what they call him. Real name's Harold Smith, and he had 6 boys, and they's all born a year apart, and they's all born in December. No joke. I said, Harold, how did that happen? He said, well, I don't know, but I sure am glad, because birthday and Christmas is one big deal. And how he got his story Gasoline, I can't tell you. That's a secret. Anyhow, so Gasoline and meet us there in his van, and them boys with him. They drive our trucks down to the boat ramp in Dublin, 60 miles. Lock them up and stick the keys in the gas cap thing, So when we got down to Dublin, our trucks were there, and we could load our boats and go home. Well, this is an annual river trip, and it's August, and you can squirrel hunt in August. I think I said squirrels a while ago. Some people go, you can't shoot. Yeah, you can shoot squirrels in Georgia in August, and then we'd catch fish. You know, we call them brim here. Everybody, you know, y'all know about sunfish, bluegill, red ear sunfish. Got one down here called a warmouth. Man, that sucker's a pulling son of a gun. Anyhow, that's what we do every year. And a buddy of mine at work, Greg Morgan, he was a little older than us fellers and a whole lot mature. He said, I hear y'all going on your regular river trip down to Dublin this weekend. I said, yeah. He said, you know, I'm studying to be a pilot, private pilot. I said, yeah. He said, he said, I'm going down, I'm leaving Millersville here at 8 o'clock Sunday morning, and I'm flying down to Dublin and do some touch and goes, and then I'm coming back. You know, I'm training. The guy's going to take me, you know. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, I don't know if you're going to be able to see us. I'll probably spot y'all. Heck, y'all got about 5 boats. I said, yeah, I got 5 boats, and, you know, there's 2 to a boat, and then there's tents everywhere. Yeah, you probably could spot us Sunday morning before we pack up, because we usually blistered about come Sunday morning. We'd be late leaving. And, man, something hit me right then. I said, Greg, would you do me a favor? Sure, what is it? So I whispered in his ear the favor, you know. Man, that's the coolest thing I ever heard. I said, can you do it? Heck yeah, I can do it. All right, we're on Sunday morning. I'll make sure we don't leave the sandbar by 9 o'clock. He said, oh, we'll be up in the air at 8:05, and I'll be down where y'all are at in 20 minutes. I said, well, okay. So I had that little dilly plan. And so, you know, we go down there. Friday, we get about 15 miles down the river, find a sandbar, usually the same old sandbar. We camp out on it that night, and we'd cook our steak, cook our baked tater, and some of them throw back them adult beverages and get kind of crazy. And everybody goes to sleep. We get up Saturday morning, pack everything up, got sand and everything. I mean, any piece of clothing you got now has got sand in it. But you deal with it. And it's August, it's hot, so pretty much, you know, when you get up, and well, what everybody did, they got up, and if they were lucky enough to catch a fish or two on the way down Friday evening, they'd cook it. But most everybody, you know, got their eggs out and would, you know, ask Terry to borrow his little burner and fry them up. And well, I traveling with eggs in a boat with a 40 Yamaha on it and a scat. You just go ahead and boil them eggs ahead of time, son. So that's what I done, you know. So I get up, crack me a couple of eggs, eat them. And, you know, we could take an ice chest with drinks. I usually slam that down with orange juice. I love orange juice and apple juice, too. Anyway, I slam that down anyway. That's what we do. And then we all get up, you know, get there packed up, and then we kind of just cruise on down the river till we find a good old fishing spot, you know. May get under an overhanging willow or something. Yeah, I'd say it gets hot in Georgia in August, especially central Georgia, because we're in a bowl kind of thing, and humidity is unreal. So anyhow, we do our thing, you know. On Saturday we stop, we fish a little bit, we all mess around a little bit and shoot a couple of long irons, a couple of short irons, and make them go boom boom, and just kind of have fun, you know. We was cruising along there, coming on a bank, you know, a big old cutout bank, ain't nothing but red mud, up about 30-foot wall of red mud, and the rivers are turning, going back that way. So we cut through there, man, everybody's boom, 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 and everybody starts breaking. Big old hog with about, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 youngins come flying. That she was already at that bank. They was rooting something out of that bank. But anyway, she started across the river and all them little hogs was following her. And that particular trip, I had Bill Morris with me. And, no, I was riding with Bill Morris, that's right. That particular trip, I think. Anyway, don't matter. Bill said, slow down, slow down. Get away by them hogs. I'm going to get one of them little hogs. And I'm dumb enough to say, okay. So I, slow down, position the boat. I guess I was driving. He reached over, and the big hog done almost got on land, and the other little hogs were right behind it, crossing the river in front of us. Big Bill reaches down there and grabs that littlest hog. Now, that little hog ain't no bigger than a puppy, or something, bigger than twice the size of a shoebox, if you want to go that way. He picked that little thing up, and man, he went to squealing and hollering, and it kicked him in the ribs, and he dropped it in the boat, and that thing went to just, storming, doing the biggest combobulation. He broke every rod we had in that boat. It did. Messed up my fishing big time. And that big old hog, mama hog, she turned around, and she was coming back. I said, oh, man, baby. So you better get that long iron, short iron, something there. He said, oh, you better crank this boat. Let's get the heck out of here. I said, all right. And because he was hurting. He was sitting there holding his ribs. So we cranked that thing up and we went on down there, And later on that evening, we stopped at the sandbar there. It's Saturday night. We all caught a bunch of fish and nailed a few squirrels. So Terry got the old Coleman stove out, pumped it up, and, we put the white gas in it, lit it up, put the old pan on there, poured that old grease on there. Probably had 50 fish fried in it and 2 squirrels already before we made things taste good, though, other than the burnt garlic. But anyhow, we all fried fish and squirrel and ate real good that night. And I said, boys, tomorrow is Sunday. Yeah, I know. You gonna miss church, Ed? And I said, well, I ain't particularly worried about that. So I'm gonna miss my Atlanta paper. Oh, man, this is back before internet and all this stuff, You get a big old Sunday paper on Sundays. And that thing be that thick. One come out of Atlanta, had a whole section, probably 8 pages, nothing but the cartoons. And they was in color. Yeah, they was. Then you had all the news, and they had a divided section, national, state, lifestyle. You know how they do this stuff. And that was a big thing. You get one of them Atlanta papers. I'd always like to get mine and I'd read it, a couple hours before I go to church, you come back to church, eat lunch, and then sit around. I never was much watch football or any of that kind of junk. I'd get that Atlanta paper out and I'd go to learning me something or seeing somebody trying to indoctrinate me, but whatever it was, Atlanta paper is a big deal. So they said, you're an idiot, man. There ain't no way you can get no Atlanta paper down here. I said, I'm sure gonna miss it though, but I said, I'm gonna pray Atlanta paper shows up in the morning. What you gonna do? Stop and run up river and rob somebody's mailbox? I said, no. I just know I got Atlanta paper coming in the morning. You're crazy, yeah. And a couple of them kind of didn't even chime in. That's cool. So we get up there Sunday morning, and we eating leftovers from the fish and the squirrel. And some people, they done run out of their eggs already. I still had 2. So I cracked them, ate them. Drank me my apple juice that morning. And everybody got out, got to stretching, we sunburnt. I mean, we spent all day Saturday in the river in the sun. if you ever rode in a boat, you know, you sit like this, your legs are down and this is your knees, and you got on shorts. Well, the top of your knee is going to get burnt. We didn't know what sunscreen was back then. It's going to get burnt. It's going to hurt. It's going to get where you can't even stand up. Oh, man. But anyhow, we all sitting there, you know, enjoying our coffee, doing whatever, packing up and everything. Here comes Greg in that airplane. Man, the biggest old smile lit up on my face. I got these boys. They ain't gonna believe it. Here it come back again from the opposite direction. And this little wing flip thing they do, you know. And you turn around and he come back and you hear him slowing it down. It's kind of just gliding in. Everybody say, "Man, look at that dude. I think his engine went out. Look, look." So I had everybody's attention. Well, Greg had everybody's attention. Oh, here comes a plane right now. He opened that door and throwed out the Atlanta paper. Plop right there on the sandbar. And then fired that thing back up and old Bubba Bryant was standing over right kind of near it. And I said, "Bubba, what the heck was that? You drop a bomb on us?" I said, "Let's see what it is, Ed." He picked it up because it was wrapped in, you know, cellophane. And he picked it up and, "Man, it's Atlanta paper." I said, "Yeah, that's mine. I had it ordered. Bring it on here to me." Man, you talking about talking to walk that day. Yeah, buddy. I had the Atlanta paper delivered to me on a sandbar in the middle of nowhere. Back 19 and probably about 82, 83, somewhere in there. And folks, if you're playing something out right, it'll happen. And if you ain't planning things out, well, you live the way you live, I live the way I live, but I try to plan things out. And I'd suggest you do the same thing. Something small, something large, it don't matter. Just don't let the world dictate which direction or whatever you want to do. No, don't do that. You plan your life out, plan things, and make it happen. You'll get so much reward from it. Yeah, you will. All right, enough rambling on tonight. Thought y'all enjoyed that one. That hit me because it's getting cold, and man, I just remember getting so sunburnt. I couldn't hardly stand up when we got down there to get our trucks. They were there, old gasoline delivered. God bless y'all. Ed Kirkpatrick. Adios.